And we are now live. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us today for a property tax exemption workshop. And we have with Alderman Brian Hopkins, and it looks like he just joined us. I am Angelina Romero, Director of Communications at the Assessor's Office. Teresa, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, thank you. I am Teresa Chandler. I am the Cook County Assessor's Office Outreach Strategist.
Yeah.
Thank you all for being here.
You guys can go ahead and ask us a question in the comment section. Teresa will be providing the presentation today. I am going to add Alderman Hopkins to the stream.
Okay, hello everyone. Hopefully my audio's on. I think my AirPods are not working here. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Hello everyone, welcome. Thanks for joining us. I just want to point out that a question that I get asked very frequently around this time of year is, if the assessor knows how much my house is worth, how come he doesn't know that I'm entitled to exemptions? All right, that's a fair question. But obviously the technology is not at the level where we could just do that. So that's the reason that you have to apply for exemptions, even though you're entitled to them. And that's also the reason that we're here to help you with that today. My office does this year round, but right now is the time of year when there tends to be a little bit more focus on it than other times. And I will say that over the years, going back to Assessor Jim Houlihan, started to implement reform.
Oh, we lost.
Barrios.
We can't hear you, Alderman.
Alderman Hopkins, we lost your audio. We can't hear you. Hear you. Well, the mic is not connected.
Yeah.
Alderman.
Sorry, Alderman, we didn't hear any word you said. So can you repeat it? Your audio went out totally.
Oh boy, I just noticed that. I'm sorry. Where did I get cut off?
So you were just talking about Assessor Houlihan, and that's where you stopped off at.
Right. Yeah. So what I was trying to lay out the evolution for some of the reforms that have occurred over the years to make this process simpler. And my point was, it started under Assessor Houlihan, continued under Assessor Barrios, and continues to this day under Assessor Kagi. So there's been an effort over the years to make these exemptions easier to understand, more accessible, and to make sure that people who are entitled to them actually get them. So that's what we're here today to help you with. My office does this 12 months out of the year. But today's a special effort where we're just trying to identify some of the people. We have actually lists of people who are entitled that haven't received them that we're going to try to help. So if you're on that list, we'll help you through the process, and we'll continue our outreach and our efforts to educate people on how this works, because it saves you money. And I think we're all in support of saving you money on your property tax bill. So thanks to the staff in advance for their expertise and their hard work. Again, we're ready to assist you even in the aftermath of this call. Just give our office a call if you need extra help.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for joining us. And like we said, for those viewers, you can actually drop your questions in the comment section if you would like in advance. Teresa will go ahead and start the presentation and go through the exemptions, all of the eligibility, and then how to apply online. And she will give a whole bunch of valuable information. We will answer all the questions at the end. However, you can go ahead and drop them now. We also have our staff that will be answering in the chat live as well. So I will go ahead and give it to Teresa Chandler.
Thank you so much, Angelina. And thank you again, Alderman Hopkins, for having us. So Welcome, Facebook family, friends, everyone in the second ward. Thank you all for being here. It's just delightful to be here to share such wonderful information. It's our property tax savings exemption workshop. Now, if you have not gathered a pen and paper, I encourage you to do so, and also to share this link with your friends and your family and your loved ones, even ones that own homes or want to own a home. It's just valuable information that we offer at the Cook County Assessor's Office. So I'm going to get started with our presentation. So the agenda for today, this afternoon, is the responsibilities of the Assessor's Office, the property tax exemption overview. I'm looking over here because my monitor is here, so I'm not paying attention to you. Also, apply for your homeowner's exemption, the mail from the Cook County Assessor's Office that you may have received, how to contact our information, and if you have any questions, as my director, Angelina Romero, stated, please drop them in the chat box. Now, what is the responsibility of the Cook County Assessor's Office? The Cook County Assessor is Fritz Kagi. What is the role? What we do in our office? We set fair and accurate values for over 1.9 million parcels throughout Cook County. Now, this is done on a mass appraisal system and not an individual appraisal system, but a mass appraisal system. And it's a way that we put fairness into the entire processing, the entire assessed processing. Also, we administer property tax savings exemptions that contributed to lowering your property tax bills. The tax rates and the levies that you see on your second installment bill, they're from your municipalities and your local taxing bodies. In our office, we don't have any control over that. We just place on your property your assessed value, the market value of your home. Okay, now the property tax savings exemptions, these are our homeowners exemptions, and it's 8 of them. 8 wonderful, 8 amazing property tax savings exemptions that our office, the Cook County Assessor's Office, offers as a homeowner. Okay, now I'm going to talk about each and every one of them. I'm going to provide you the eligibility as well. So as I stated, if you have not gathered your pen, your paper, your tablet, please do so, because it's about to get really important, and you may want to write your questions down and drop them in the chat box. Okay, so let's get started with each one of them. The first one is called the homeowner's exemption. This exemption automatically renews each year. If you have the homeowner's exemption, there's no need to apply for it once you've applied. It's automatically renewed. All right? Automatically renewed. You apply one time, that's it. It's done. This is what our office do. We're here to help you. We don't want you to have to run downtown. Years ago, people will come every year and apply for the exemptions. No longer do you have to do that. It's automatically renewed. So this is called the homeowner's exemption. And now I'm going to explain to you the eligibility. The eligibility of the homeowner's exemption is that, number 1, you must have occupied this house as of January the 1st, 2021 as your principal place of residence, or have a lease or contract or that makes you responsible for the real estate taxes in this residence in which you live. Third, if you had a house built, okay, a brand new house, of course, in January the 1st, 2021, during that period or after, you may be eligible for a prorated homeowner's exemption. All right, prorated, not full, but prorated. So pretty much, occupy this residence as your principal place of this home as your principal place of residence as of January the 1st, or have a lease or contract, which makes you responsible for the property taxes. This qualifies you for the homeowner's exemption. And remember, it automatically renewed if you had it last year. Okay? That's key. You don't have to apply. All right? The senior exemption. This is another one. As I stated, we have 8 amazing savings for you. Okay? The senior exemption, this exemption automatically renews each year. No need to run downtown any longer. All right? And apply every year. All of our exemptions you can apply online in the comfort of your own home from your cell phone. This is my Galaxy. This is my iPhone, your iPad, your laptop. You can apply at the comfort of your own home for these exemptions, okay? While you're on the train, while you're having a cup of coffee, apply online. So this is a senior exemption. It automatically renews each year. Once you apply, voila, magic, it's on there for the following year, okay? So I'm going to go over the eligibility for the senior exemption. The senior exemption eligibility, you must have been born in 1956 or prior, and that's really key because some seniors, they're born in 1957 and they'll be turning 65. So you would have to wait until next year. But for this year, you must have been born in 1956 or prior to receive this exemption, and either, like the homeowner, have a lease or contract which makes you responsible for the real estate taxes. Key is that you must occupy this place as your principal place of residence. Yes, it must be your principal place of residence. Okay? So that's not a lot. All right? This is the senior exemption. And remember, you can apply online. All right? And it auto-renewed. The senior freeze exemption. So if you qualify for the senior exemption, there's one key aspect for the senior freeze exemption, and that is, I'll give you that in a minute, but this exemption would also automatically renew as well. It's going to auto renew. However, this exemption is only auto renewing because of COVID, all right, this year because due to COVID. It's not an automatic. You have to apply every year, and I'll tell you the reason why on the eligibility slide. Why you must apply every year. The great thing this year, you don't have to come to our office and apply. However, like the senior exemption, you must be 65 years of age. Okay? The eligibility, like the senior, you must be 65, born 1956 or prior, but your your total gross income must be no more than $65,000 for 2020. All right. That's key here. Household gross income. So that's everyone in the entire house and for 2020. And it must be your principal place of residence as of January the 1st, 2020 to 21. And everything else is basically the same and be liable for the taxes January the 1st, 2020 and 21. And you must have a lease or equitable interest in the house as January the 1st, 2020. So those are key for you to receive the senior freeze exemption. All right. This is a great savings too. There's a lot of times I hear seniors says, I'm not going to apply for the senior freeze. I have to pay the money back. That's just a myth. Please apply for your exemptions. If you qualify, make sure you apply for your exemptions. Okay. If you've missed exemptions, if you've missed the homeowner's exemption and you fail to apply, you can apply all the way back to 2018. You can apply for your prior exemptions. We're here to help you. We want you to apply for these exemptions, okay? Now, we have an exemption called the Persons with Disability Exemption. This exemption also automatically renews for this year only due to the COVID-19, the pandemic. So, for the safety of yourself and our office, we renew this exemption automatically for you, okay? Now, what are the eligibilities? The eligibility for the persons with disability exemption, hold on a second here, is that you must have been disabled during 2021 tax year. So if you receive Social Security disability, or if your doctor has deemed you disabled, there's a form that you can fill out. It's called the P-Tax 343 form. It's on our website as well. You must be liable for the property tax payments, and you must have occupied your principal place of residence as of January the 1st, 2021. Okay? This exemption auto-renewed this year, okay? Because due to COVID, all right? So you can have the homeowners exemption, the senior exemption, the senior freeze exemption, and the persons of disability exemption, okay? You can have 4 of them at one time. You can have all these great savings going on. This is what we do. We're here to help you. So make sure you apply. Make sure your family members apply for their exemptions. Now, the veteran with disability exemption, yes, this exemption will automatically renew due to the COVID-19. All right? COVID-19 this year allowed us to renew this exemption for you, the veteran with disability exemption. Now, what are the requirements? The requirements is that you must have served in a member of the United States Armed Forces, okay, or an active duty, a member of the Illinois National Guards, U.S. Reserve, and been honorably discharged. And you must have a 30%, at least 30% service-connected disability, certified by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs. And of course, it must be your principal place of residence. All right. And fourth, have a total EAV of less than $250,000 for your primary residence. Now, as you can see here, the percentage of disability on your left side, right up under, it says the exemption amount, EAV, means Equalize assessed value. You won't receive $2,500 off the tax bill, but off the Equalize assessed value if you're 30 to 49%. Service connected. Now, injured in the war, not outside shoveling that snow that we had, injured in the war, okay? And if you're 50 to 69%, you receive $5,000 off your EAV. And if you're 70% or greater, you are exempted from your property taxes. Yes, that's it, okay? Now, we have also what we call a returning veterans exemption. This exemption must be filed annually, all right? Annually. It does not auto-renew. Now, what are the eligibilities for this exemption? That you must be an Illinois resident who has served as a member of the United States Armed Forces, okay? The National Guards or U.S. Reserves, and returning from active duty. This is the key word, active duty. Like not World War II or anything like that, or, active duty. Because we get calls all the time and says, hey, I was in World War II, I was in, this war. No, active duty. So either have a lease or equitable interest in the property and have lived in there as of January the 1st of 2021 and liable for the property tax payments. So these are amazing savings, and we want you to take advantage of it. We want your friends and your family and your loved ones who are homeowners. We want you to tell them about it. We want you to contact them and say, hey, please see if you apply for your exemptions. And as I stated, we can go back 2018 and provide you refund money for these exemptions if you had not applied and you were eligible. We have an exemption called the long-time homeowners exemption. And we get a lot of calls from individual taxpayers because they think because they've been in their house for some of the requirements, but not all of the requirements, that they qualify for this exemption. And this exemption, no fewer than 2% actually qualify for this exemption. And that's probably about 12,000% of the people. So we actually mail those letters out to individuals that qualify. But let me just give you the eligibility anyways, okay? The eligibility is that you must have lived in your residence as of January the 1st, 2011, a little different from January 1st, 2021. So January the 1st, 2011 to January 1st, 2021. And you must have had a total household gross income of $100,000 or less for 2020. Your property assessed value increased. Now, this is the key. You may have lived in your house as of January 1st, 2011 to January 1st, 2021, and your household total income must be less than $100,000. So that's the second requirement. The third requirement is that your property assessment, the increase must have been significant enough that maximum amount set by the state legislator. Okay. Now, I know that's kind of like, what does that mean? Well, your value must have been increasing during the time and during that period of time from January 1st, 2011 to January 1st, 2021. Now, as I stated, qualifying properties will receive applications form in early this year. They have received their forms. But if you think you qualify, call our office and we can tell you. We can go over your numbers with you and actually provide information to see if you do qualify and if we missed you on the application. Okay. So that's the long time exemption. We have the home improvement exemption. This exemption would automatically apply upon filing a building permit. So if you're having some work done to your house, this exemption will automatically be applied upon improvement. Okay. It allows the homeowner to add improvement to their home and its value by increasing the building square footage or repairing structural or without being taxed up to $75,000 of the added value up to 4 years. Okay. That's the home improvement exemption. The eligibility is that it must meet the following conditions. It must be occupied by the owner, you, the residence, as your principal place of residence, and it must be a class 2 property. All right. That's residential. Class 2 is residential. Okay. Now, applying for your exemptions. This is the Cook County Property Tax Portal website here. So we actually put this here because it's very valuable and it's kind of key too for you to look up your exemption history. So if you put in your address or your PIN number, you can find your exemption history and you can tell if your exemption is going to automatically renew for this year. And so this is a very key website, but ours is excellent as well. Okay. But this gives you your prior year's exemption and also very other valuable information concerning your property. Now, applying for exemption, step 2 is that if you want to apply, please go on the Cook County Assessor's website, and where you see this is highlighted right here. It says, you see this right here? It says exemptions. This is where you would go and apply for your property tax exemption. And as I stated, you may qualify up to 4 exemptions. It's possible. There's many people that qualify for 4 exemptions. But remember, I encourage you to apply for only the principal place of residence in which you live. Got it? Okay. Now, we've made it so, just simple because on our website, once you go to the exemption portion of it, just gather all your documents based on the eligibility, which I stated earlier. Get your driver's license or your state ID, your passport, and things of that nature, whatever the eligibility requirements are on our website, and you can apply on our website. It's so simple to apply. It's just one form, okay? And you put in your information, your name, your address, your income. If you're applying for your senior freeze or your long-time exemption, put your information there. If you're applying for the veteran with disability, have all your documents ready, your DD-214, your driver's license, your letters from the veterans office, have it all ready because you're going to have to attach it. If you have any questions or concern, as I stated, the Cook County Assessor's Office, we're here to help. We have agents waiting for you to call us. We want to help you, your family, your loved ones apply for the exemptions and apply for their missing exemptions. We're here to help. Now, applying for exemptions. I want you to know that all exemptions appear on your second installment bill. Now, I showing you this is because it appears on your second installment bill in your lower left-hand corner where it says tax calculator. So you should always see if you qualify and if you're eligible for a dollar amount for that exemption. So here it's a zero amount right here. And that's because maybe the person has not applied or they failed to apply, but there should be a dollar amount if you meet the eligibility and you have applied. And that's the same thing for your senior and your senior freeze, okay? If you apply for your exemptions, there should be a dollar amount stated. If you see a zero amount, that's a good reason to contact us, okay? All right? Make sure you do that because we want you to have your exemption and we want to place your savings on your property tax bill, all right? This is our brochure, and we actually have this brochures with all of our valuable information about the exemptions in 6 different languages. We're happy to bring you all of these brochure guides because it's very helpful, okay? So we want you, and if you want an exemption in your language that's here, that we have here, let us know, and we'll be happy to send you a brochure in the language that you speak, okay? So, as I stated earlier when I first started, that many of you may have received mail from our office. If you received a postcard or a letter from our office, this gold postcard here, that was for seniors. And if you received a letter from our office, that was for the recipients of the senior freeze, person with disability, and veteran with disability. If you received this letter, it was just informing you that your exemptions will automatically renew. That's wonderful because you don't have to come downtown and apply, okay? Even if so, remember, you can apply online. Great, right? That's what I'm talking about because who wants to come downtown or go to one of the branch offices, which you could, but if you go to one of our branch offices, you should make an appointment, okay? And so if you want to apply, if you need some help in applying, we're here to help you. All right. Now, as I always said, we're here to help you. I mean, we are, and we mean it too. We want you to contact us. Contact us by phone, with us by social media. If you take your phone out, this is a QR code, and I'm sure many of you are familiar with using the QR code here. Just place your QR code, your phone, over the QR code, okay? And you will receive valuable information in regards to our office that you can use and share, all right? Yes, valuable. I mean, it's a wealth of information in this QR code. You know, sometimes you go to a restaurant and there's a QR code and there's the menu. It's our menu. We have it here for you. We want you to use it, okay? And save it in your phone. So, as I stated, you can make an appointment for assistance in our office if you need to fill out applications or if you have some difficulties or if you just have some questions, call us. We're here to help you or reach out to us on social media. So now I want to thank you for attending our workshop. I want to thank the aldermen. Are there any questions?
Hi, Teresa.
Hi, Angelina. How's it going?
It's going well over here.
Wonderful.
So we have actually had a really steady stream of viewers, which is really great. We've had 20 plus viewers, and we have a lot of valuable questions. Okay. So I will go ahead and bring up, oh, this one's a comment. The alderman is, he's not going to join the Q&A portion, but he did receive a special shout out. So from Kevin Burns, hello, Alderman Brian, Oak Forest misses you. Sounds nice.
That's nice.
Yes. Okay, so here is our first question from Mrs. Rhonda Blender. I am 66 years old, never have taken any exemptions. I was told that any exemptions are like a loan. Oh. Ooh, okay, so this comes up. I'll let Teresa take this one because she talks about this a lot.
Yes.
Continue. But I have never received anything based off of her exemptions based off of her age. So Teresa, take it away.
Well, I just want to say thank you. And this is a great question. I'm here to help. We're here to help. And this is something that I state all the time. You're 66 years old, Miss Blender. It's a great thing because we can still change, we can rectify that. We can give you a refund based on the years that you've missed. So since you missed last year, which you were 65, we can still apply that senior exemption for last year and this year. So for last year, you'll receive a refund, and this year, your exemption will be on your second installment bill. But forthgoing, you will not have to pay this money back. This is no loan. Even if you apply for the senior freeze, this is what we do. We're here to help you save money on your property tax bill. Okay. If you need some help in applying, I would help you personally. That's what this, I want to help you. Okay. So, yes, you will receive a refund for last year and you will receive your exemption on your second installment this year. Okay.
Yeah. And it seems to me like she may have not even applied for the homeowner because
Well,
she said she's never had any exemptions.
she says my age.
Oh, for her age. Okay.
For
So
her
maybe
age, so
she has.
65. That's what I'm thinking, a senior.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
yeah, you just want to double check, make sure that you have your homeowner there too, because if you don't, you could go back.
To 2018.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go to the next question. Does this workshop apply to landlords? Thank you.
So go ahead, Angelina.
Oh, no, go ahead. I mean, I was just thinking it does apply to landlords because landlords could own their own property, although you can only have exemptions on the property you reside in. You still want to make sure you have your exemption on your main property that you live in.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And that's correct.
Okay.
Thank you, Nikki.
And let's see. Ms. Cassie said she submitted a homeowner exemption today for tax year 2021. What happens next? That's a good question.
Yes. So thank you, Cassie, for submitting your homeowner's exemption application online. What happens next is that you will receive a confirmation that your exemption has been received once everything is processed. And if we have any questions or concerns, we will email you regarding your application. Your exemptions, all exemptions will appear on your second installment property tax bill. So definitely we're processing your application. It will be processed. Okay.
Yeah. And right now, we're receiving a lot of, this is the height of property tax season. So we're receiving a lot of applications. So right now it's processing time is from 6 to 8 weeks. So expect that you will hear from us within 6 to 8 weeks, but you definitely have time. Don't worry. We'll, if it's approved, it'll be on your second installment bill. And if for some reason it's declined, there's usually there's a reason that you receive in the email. So then you can reapply to fix that if needed. And you can also check in with us too by email or call us or through a DM on social media. And we can also check the status for you too. Okay, next one. Okay, let's see. My husband is 65, but it says he is not qualified when I tried applying.
Yes.
His birthday is on January 9th. Oh, this is a good question. Is on January 1957, not 1956. So you have conflicting info. Do you want me to take this one?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we get this question a lot. I know it's a little confusing, which is why we try in the eligibility, we specifically put the year. So you have to be born, am I right, Teresa? 1956.
1956. That's correct.
Yeah. So
I just stated that too.
Yeah. It's not necessarily like conflicting. It's just confusing because in 1 year, as we all know, I mean, you could be the way the tax year works and then the calendar date. Sometimes you can be 65, but like you said, born in 1957, 56. It just depends. So yes.
Yeah, if he was 65 in the tax year. So he wasn't
Yes.
65 in 2021, and that's why.
Exactly. In the
Yeah,
tax year. I'm
that's
sorry.
how you can look at that.
I think I said that backwards.
Yeah.
So you will be eligible to apply next year for tax year 2022. Yeah. But the good thing is that you are aware of it, you are on it, you'll be able to apply next year. Okay. Let's see. I saw another one. Oh, here we go. Let's see. Ms. Blender says, does all this apply to a condo owner versus, a single family residence house?
Yes, so this exemption applies to condo owners as well. If this is your primary residence and you're responsible for the property tax payments, you have a lease or equitable interest in the home, yes, it does apply to condos.
That's a really good question. We get that a lot.
Yeah. It's the same. We can go back all the way to 2018 and apply these exemptions as well. So, Ms. Blender, if you have friends or family members, please check with them as well to make sure they have all of their exemptions. And we can provide refunds if they don't.
Okay, let's see. I just saw a question and then it went away.
Okay.
Oh, okay, let's see. Oh, we have a question from YouTube. Nice. That means people are watching live on YouTube. That's exciting. Okay, Alex says he purchased a condo. Congratulations. And moved in December 2021.
Got it?
Okay. Do I need to wait? I know I had to process it too. Do I need to wait until 2023 to file for a homeowner's exemption?
Can I ask that?
Yes, take it, because I really have to think it through.
I know, right? Because December 2021. So our requirements is January the 1st, 2021, right? However, Alec, if you had purchased that home from Angelina and Angelina had the homeowner's exemption already, you will not have to apply because it would automatically roll over to you. You will inherit it. So you need to contact our office to see, in fact, if the prior owner had the homeowner's exemption in place. So you may have got a real good bonus. So, call us, find out like you did on YouTube, and we can find out for you if you send us the address or the property index number to see if you actually qualify.
Yeah, if you want, Alec, well, you're on YouTube, so they don't have a private messaging, but you could drop in your PIN and we could check for you. And get back to us. Maybe give us your email and we could do it that way. But okay, but then if let's say the land or the previous owner didn't have the homeowner exemption, so he would be able to apply
in 2023 because this is 2022 now. So he would have to wait until 2023
for the tax year 2022.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Good. We have really good. These are great. You're making us think. You're making us work here.
Okay.
Next one, senior freeze question. Ooh, Miss Dorothy, I even like the way you phrased it. Okay. I would qualify with max income in 2021 and again this year, 2022. When should I apply for the senior freeze? Do taxes get frozen for the year in which you qualify?
So she would qualify with the max income in 2021. If she cannot apply this year because we use 2020 income for the senior freeze. Okay. So she would have to qualify. She would have to apply for next year. And we don't freeze the taxes. We freeze the equalized assessed value of the when she qualifies, so that's what gets frozen. Maybe on our next presentation, we can probably show a tax bill again. And actually, we could go back and show the tax bill where the equalized assessed value is. So, but yeah, Miss Dorothy, we're going to show you. You won't qualify this year. Can we? Maybe I can roll back, right?
Yeah. If you go back to that slide,
senior free slide. Let me just go back to the senior free slide a little bit.
Oh, I think it's forward.
See here, it says a total gross income of no more than 65 for 2020. So we use that income for 2020 for the eligibility. So you actually qualify for next year. Okay. Now for the equalized assessed value, which is very key, it's back here, I believe. Here, let's see. Where is that, Angelina? Let's see here. Here.
There it is.
Yeah. So it says right here, assessed value, property value, assessment. Okay. And as you go down, it says equalized assessed value, EAV. That's what's frozen up in here. Okay. When you apply. All right. So it's always on your second installment property tax bill. It's really key that you pay attention to that second installment bill because, as we stated, all your exemptions are on your second installment bill. Great question, Dorothy. Thanks for asking that.
It's a really good question.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's see.
Let me go back.
Jack Ellison says, Hi, Jack. He says, are the disabled veteran exemption renewing automatically this year? Oh, that's a good question.
Okay, go ahead.
Let me remove that.
I'm gonna go back to the disabled.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Add you back.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to the disabled veteran.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we go right here. So here's what it says. It says, yes, this exemption will auto renew this year for the 2021 tax year due to only because of COVID, because we had the pandemic, it's going to automatically renew only this year. Okay. So yes, it will automatically renew.
Yeah. So you don't have to do anything if you already have it. Another thing that comes up pretty often is if the disability rating imply. So let's say you had like a 30 to 40% disability rating last year, but now this year it's increased. Then you will want to submit another application.
And he also would need his current letter from the Veterans Affairs stating his increase of percentage, his percentage of increase.
Right, great question though. And let's see, we have another. Oh, Miss Blender, she's great. She says, I know. feel like we know you. Okay. She says she's watching. She hasn't applied for being a homeowner either.
Oh my God. We got you. Okay. You're going to need to make an appointment with me, but I'm going to help you and I'm going to give you my phone number. We're going to do this. Okay, Miss Blender? We're going to do this. We're going to get you some refund money, girl.
Miss Blender, if you could drop in the messages your PIN and your email and your number, and we will explain because you have a lot of work to do. You're going to have to fill out quite a few applications. You have a lot of work to do, but it's easy. And once you do it the first time, you really never have to do it again. Yeah. Except for the senior.
If you need some help, I'll help you with it.
Yeah. This is exciting though, to help people. I mean, okay. Next one. Nikki Bunch. I'm sorry, it cut out when you were discussing the landlord portion. Can you please repeat? Yes, we said that as a landlord, if you own your primary residence that you live in, you should make sure you have your exemptions. You cannot have exemptions on dual properties. So you can't have it on your the property you're renting. There are some ways, I guess, if the tenant is responsible for property taxes.
Yes.
And it's specified in the lease, that is the only way that would really apply. So you want to make sure in your own personal property you have your exemptions, and then in case you have that signed into the lease for your tenant, then that is separate. Okay, let's see. I think we got another one. Okay. Oh, here we go.
Okay.
How long does it take for veterans' disability to reflect on the mortgage?
So, Nisar, so we don't know how long it would take to reflect on your mortgage, but we can tell you once you apply, it's going to appear on your second installment property tax bill. And so that's our portion of it. With you and your mortgage, then you would have to contact them about that. However, if you apply, we do have a form in our office that you can send your mortgage company, and it shows. It asks you questions like who's your mortgage company, the address, their phone number, your account number, and we can actually send it out to you, and you can send it to your mortgage company to make the adjustments. Okay, but our portion is to make sure it appears on your second installment bill and that you actually qualifies for the exemption. Okay,
Yeah, that's a good question.
it really is.
Yeah, so you could send us a message. We can check on the application if you already submitted one, see, check the status for you, and then we can get that letter to you if it's approved or once it's approved. And I'm sorry if you have some background noise here. We have some construction going on. Let's see. Oh, this is nice. Jack Ellison says, you two are great.
Thank you. We tried. You know what? We had some music going on, but some vibing music.
We did. We'll bring you back.
We'll bring it back.
Okay.
Okay.
Miss Blender says, my PIN, is it okay for Social Security reasons to post that here? So don't post it in the comments where everyone can see it, but send a direct message on Facebook, and we answer all of those messages individually. And it's a conversation just between us and yourself.
And you know what, too, Angelina and Miss Blender, what you can do, you can also contact your alderman's office as well. They'll be able to assist you. I as well, if you like, if you need my assistance. And so just send us an email. You can send us an email as well, and we'll receive it so that we can help you out, okay? Because we do have a lot going on, and we want to make sure you get all the refunds that you're entitled to.
Yeah. And it's really not that intimidating. At first, it seems like it, but it's just filling out the same application a few times, the same documents. Okay, let's see. Nikki Bunch says, thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you, Nikki.
Oh. Ariel says, thank you.
Thank all of you.
I know. Okay, let's see. We have one more.
Okay.
It's a long one. Okay, hello. Thank you for this session. I applied this year for a homeowner tax exemption, but believe I'm eligible for a refund for the time I was living in my condo and paying taxes without the exemption, since the previous owner did not live in the unit. What's the best way of starting this process and or asking clarification from your team? Paying taxes.
Okay, so he applied for the exemption, tax exemption. He was living in his condo and paying taxes without the exemption. So it all depends on what year that you lived in the condo. If you lived in the condo in 2018, 19, and 20, you are eligible maybe for refunds, okay? But we would need to know the year and the property index number, okay, for the property, for the condo. And then we can go forward from there. What's the best way of starting this process? If you, as Angelina stated, if you send us an email with your property information, your email address, your phone number, we can look into this matter for you. And if you leave your phone number, I can personally call you as well. And that's for each and every one of you. If you want to send us an email, you leave your phone number, say, hey, this is for Teresa, but don't pass my number out because it's for you. It's only specifically for you. So I want to help each and every one of you all with your personal concerns where you don't want to drop your personal information into the chat. Okay?
Okay. But does he, I'm a little confused on this one. Does this mean that he no longer lives in that condo?
Yeah, I believe so. I think he says when he says the time I was living. So that's key. He was living in there. And so he didn't apply for his exemptions at that time. So he may be eligible for refunds. And so now he lives in a new residence. So we can see from there if he's entitled to exemptions for this year.
Got it. Okay, I added some music back.
Okay, good.
It's very low. It's calming because we want to keep everyone calm. Good vibes and energy here. Okay, let's see. We have another one from YouTube. What documents do you need to submit for homeowners and senior exemptions? Good question. Do you need to attach PDF of them to the online submittal? Oh yeah, I'll take it. Yeah, so this is pretty simple. For the homeowners and senior, you need a form of identification, and we have a whole list on our website. I don't want to say just driver's license because it's so much more than that. There's a lot of various forms of ID that you can submit. So you can look online to make sure that you have one of those. And do you need to attach PDF? It can simply be a JPEG. It can be a photo. So if you have a PDF, yes. If it's simply you take a photo of your ID and upload it, that's all you have to do. And then there's actually a list for the occupancy to prove your occupancy as well. And normally it's if your address matches on the ID, but if not, then there's a whole list of other documents in addition to your identification that you can submit. And I'm sure one of our representatives will drop that link in there so you can see the list. Anything else you wanted to add, Teresa?
No, I just want to say it's just really great to see that people have chimed in to our Facebook Live. I mean, we're here to help you, your family, your loved ones. We thank you, Facebook family. We thank the Alderman Brian Hopkins today for this special event. You could have been anyplace else, even having lunch at this particular time, but you chose to spend your time with Angelina, my director, my fabulous director, and I. So we thank you for this time.
Yeah, and we really enjoy doing this, and we don't mind answering your questions. Like she said, drop them into a DM or email us. You can call, and please spread the word. Tell your friends and family, pass on this information, because if you have these questions, I'm sure there's someone else in your life that has the same questions. And especially to Miss, oh my God, I can't remember her last name. Blender. Tell your friends and family. We don't want anyone to think that exemptions are some sort of loan that has to be paid back, because they do not. So please tell your friends, your family. If you go to church, tell your church or organizations that you're a part of. Spread the word.
Oh, Angelina, one key thing. If you want us to host an event for you in person, if you have an organization that you would like for us to come out, we can come out, right? And host an exemption event for your organization. We want to help you. We work for Cook County. We work for you. And the Assessor Fritz Kagi, this is what we do in our office, okay? So we not want you to just share this presentation, but share what we have also provided for you and to you.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, everyone. I think, Miss Blender said to the end, she said, thank you.
Thank you.
I think that's about it. So thank you for joining us, and please go enjoy the rest of your lunch break if you're on your lunch break. And that's it.
Thank you, guys. Thanks, Angelina. Goodbye.
Yeah, thank you, Teresa. Bye.
Bye.